Now, I would want to be a mythical creature, just frolicking, you guys. That's why I can't go on road trips with people. I'll see a field and I'm like, let's pause, I need to frolic for a second. Do you frolic? You look like you frolic. Girl, you need to frolic. It'll change your life. And then you'll be able to look at people and be like, oh, you don't frolic. You shouldn't vote. Y'all, you ready for the featured comedian of the evening? Yep. I don't believe y'all. Y'all ready for the featured comedian of the evening? Y'all put your hands together for Abby Beth.
Hey y'all, how's it going? Keep it going for Shalita, Daria, the amazing people that keep this shit going. Remember, I'm queer. If you don't laugh, it's a hate crime. So, a little bit about me. I'm Abby, I'm 23. Sure no one could have guessed I am a stoner. It's a good thing because I work at a dispensary now, so like I'm safe, but at my old job, you could get randomly tested if it looked like you used, right? And I've had dreads for 9 years, and I've coughed my lungs out for about 3. So, good thing I dodged that bullet. Like I said, I had the dreads for 9 years now. I'm pretty proud of them. One thing I'm not proud of though is I walked around all this time not knowing what a wook was. And for those of you who don't know, a wook is essentially an unwashed freeloader and usually a white person with dreads. And so, oops. I didn't know what a wook was until this guy said that I was the wook girlfriend he's always looked for. And so I'm like, okay, that must be sweet. And I look it up and it's the worst kind of hippie. And I'm a little offended. Because if he's a wook and I'm a wook, who the fuck is funding this lifestyle, my rose? Like, two brokies don't make a millionaire. My first relationship was with a disabled man. He had cerebral palsy. That's why I only tend to perform at places with stairs. Taking a risk being here tonight. It's okay. He can't really get to me. I'm on stage. Unless he crawls. Y'all ever see a 28-year-old man crawl like a gorilla with bum legs? Anyways, let's make fun of him in bed, shall we? One night, now I'm a pillow princess, okay? And he dealt with this. He let me have it. I was rarely on top. So one night, we're doing doggy, and he's on his legs that don't work. And and y'all ever see a single domino fall off the table? Yeah, he came and folded. And I had to try so hard not to laugh at the man that just came inside me. It was rough. One more thing about him. I made a sex toy with him. Y'all ever make your own sex toys? No, live a little. If you're familiar with Clone a Willy is a rubber mixing kit, silicone rather, that you can clone your penis with. They also do clone a vagina. So with this man, I made a vagina and a penis, right? Because I thought I would love him forever. And obviously, these things outlived our relationship. So what do I do with his penis? Do I use it? Fuck no. Why would I use it? Gross. Right? I throw it away? No. It's too easy. No, ladies and gentlemen, you cut that shit up like Lorena Bobbitt. I don't rest easy knowing my vagina is in the world, ma'am. I do not rest easy knowing my vulva is in someone's drawer right now. Thank you for reminding me. I try to forget every night. I'm single now, got out of a really ugly relationship, really bad custody battle at the end of it. He got the kids, I got the house. The kid was a cat, and I lived with my parents, but you get the deal. I'm just taking the time to reflect on what I really want in a relationship. Like being able to show up to a swingers party and not literally everyone be disappointed. Just a real bad Arby's, you know, no meats. I've got autism. Sure you couldn't tell. It means that I tell jokes, but I don't understand them. A guy approached me a few weeks back and he was like, if only someone would send me money for weed. And I said, I barely have money for my own weed. He said, I was joking. I said, I'm autistic. He said, you're a comedian. I said, I know. It's hard out here. Speaking a language I don't understand. My therapist called me out a few weeks ago as a chuckle fuck. That's someone who sleeps with comedians. I've retired, they've caught on. But yeah, that is just the craziest thing. That's the biggest revelation my therapist has for me, is I won't stop trying to sleep with clowns. And also, I did try to sleep with a clown. I find it very funny as a woman, a single woman in 2025, just how much you can get away with lying, you know, online. Men aren't keeping you accountable. They're miles away. They're not keeping track of shit. So when I say, oh, something came up, a family emergency, knowing full well that the family emergency was I couldn't get my tits in the same bra, I don't feel bad. I have a question for the bush hogging and stump grinding community. What in the holy hell is that? You see, I'm from Indiana. Those signs were everywhere. But also, people in Indiana don't think too nicely of the queers. So, can anyone tell me what bush hogging is? Anyone? Literally anyone. That's exactly the problem, isn't it? This is why we have signs for it. Because no one knows what this is. We have to have specialized people. It's ridiculous. I know classical conditioning is real, and I'll tell you why, okay? So I'm a big fan of musicals, right? I am just a slut for Mamma Mia, okay? And the fact of the matter is, I recently started watching Matilda, the musical. Now, before, I had thought the coolest kids I'm ever gonna know were in the School of Rock musical, because they could all actually play those instruments. But y'all, the fact that I can lose a dance battle to a bunch of 10-year-olds now? Coolest kids on the block. Yeah, no, I know classical conditioning is real, because I kept having to go to the bathroom, and every time I'd go to the bathroom, I'd just look up like, oh, Matilda, like the school song, naughty, whatever. Now I can't shit without thinking about Matilda. Now I cannot wipe my ass without going, we are revolting children. Thank you guys.